Brittany Matthews, the Promotion Lady, and welcome to the Promotion Lady Show.
The Promotion Lady Show is as real as it gets. She's putting it down for you. I said you haven't seen nothing yet. The Promotion Lady Show, putting the real back into reality. Come on and join us. Yeah, the spoken truth you will see.
Today, Ms. Pam Green, a very inspiring person as well as being absolutely gorgeous. Ms. Pam, please introduce yourself to our audience today.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you so much, Brittany, for having me here. I am Pam Green. I'm with the Office of Small Minority Business. I'm the director there, and I've been with the SMBCC probably now for about 1.5 years, and kind of before that I was in banking for about 30 years. So I've had a lot of experience with small business, and I kind of carried that on over to the state government.
That sounds great. And I actually met Ms. Pam earlier this year in, I believe, January or February. Mm-hmm. And you blew me away the first time I met you. I was like, I never knew all of this was in Columbia. Please share more. So what ignited you to become what you are today?
Honestly, having been in banking for 30 years, I had an opportunity, probably the last 5 years of my career, to really work with small businesses. And what I saw was, I had a lot of small businesses that were gaining contracts and couldn't fulfill them. Right. And it was like, okay, what's the breakdown? What's happening? And I just felt as though there was a different calling than banking for me, and it was more or less to kind of educate small business owners, especially minority-owned and women-owned firms, of what's out there from a state perspective, and how can this help my business, and how can I use it to my advantage, and what all's part of it. So I took all those things I learned in banking and I brought it over to state government, and I still use a lot of those things because I'm still working with small businesses. But it was that because I saw where there were a lot of opportunities for minority businesses to really play on a much larger field.
That's great. Yeah. So what are you doing now for the community? And please share as many benefits as you can with us.
So with the office, what we do is we certify minority and women-owned businesses. And basically what that means is we're saying, okay, we take Brittany Matthews and what you do, and we say that you are a minority business, you are 51 or at least 51% owner, and you own this business, and we put you into a database. It's the director of all certified businesses, and then my office works with about 105, 110 agencies. Wow. And what they do is every year they say, okay, here's what we're going to spend with minority businesses that are certified through your office. So we track that on a quarterly basis to make sure people are kind of hitting where they're saying they are, and then we really try to connect those businesses with procurement folks, with the buyers for the agencies. And then we try to bring education and awareness. So you and I met at 1 Million Cups. So you'll see us at several different local events and then just across the state. And we're letting everyone know what we do, what it means, how do I leverage it. I've only been in business for 2 years. I've only been in business for a year. How can I use this? And it's to bring that level of education back to say, okay, I know you've been in business for just a year, but here's where you start. And then here's what this means. This means we're going to help you reach out to, a couple of agencies and say, hey, can I at least tell you what I do?
So you would do that for us?
Yeah. We try to make those connections. We give you some steps, and then if you struggle, we'll come in and try to help you make the connections. We don't guarantee contracts, of course, but we do try to make the connections so that you're able to at least present yourself. And then every year we put on a huge trade show. We just had one back in May. We had 400 attendees there.
That's great.
And out of that, people emailed us back to say, hey, I was able to get a contract. And so we started trying to total up all the connections, and then we were well over
30-something contracts of people just being in the room with those folks that day.
That is just in one day.
That's in one day.
Amazing. Imagine signing up today and getting some contracts by the end of this year, and hopefully getting some contracts by the end of this year.
Right.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about the type of individuals you contact. You say you do minority women, correct?
So it's minority and women owned. So basically it is any minority. It's everything except for white male.
Okay. It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. We can have something just a little bit
It's
of time.
right. It's a little bit of a, it is our own, so.
It's a good incentive as well. So what piece of advice you can give our audience today to really encourage them and share what your expertise is with us?
I would just say to anyone, one of the best ways to keep us unaware is to put it in writing. I believe that leaders are leaders. So we have to read to become aware, and we have to be in the know. We have to turn on the television. We have to listen to the news. We got to know what's going on, because if we don't, we're missing opportunities.
Right.
So I say to anyone, call our office of Small Minority Business Contracting Association. Put that plug in there.
Awesome.
803-734-5044. Ask us questions. How do I do? We have a lot of folks that come in and say, hey, I'm new to this. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. We sit down, show you the package, we show you what we need, we tell you why, and then we provide next steps. Here's what you need to do. So I just tell anyone, you've got to seek out. You always want to have a place at the table. And we've got to kind of fight for that place at the table sometimes.
That is true. So I'm glad that you have presented this opportunity for us within the community and actually sharing this information. A lot of us, we don't know.
Right.
And I thank you for just sharing your time and sharing what you have to offer today. And I really appreciate you being a guest on my show.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me here.
Thank you. Well, you heard it here on the Promotion Lady Show, and thank you again, Ms. Pam Green, for actually coming in to be a guest on our show. But of course, you can find my videos on YouTube and on my website. My website, of course, is www.thepromotionlady.com, and also you can find it on TPL Network on Roku. Thank you so much, and have a blessed day.